again. Harry is in a position now where he is conflicted about his life with Meghan, not sure about moving forward with her. And I think he needed a motherly person, someone to give him some advice. Of course, he couldn't go to Doria, right? This is exactly what it was. He was there trying to get some advice about some choices, decisions that he is going to have to make about his marriage. And whether you want to recognize it or not, or just say, well, I support my wife, deep down, alone at night, when you are with your own thoughts and that woman is off snoring.
They believed they could reshape the past, but listen up, they're struggling to even steer the storyline of their own relationship. And darling, when I say this, things aren't merely chaotic, they're downright volatile.
In your head and count all these things that you have lost. Where's your future? Where are you going? Where's your family? You literally have no future.
For years, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry stood as the ultimate duo, the shining pair, a living fairy tale soaked in Hollywood glamour and royal glitter. People didn't just observe them, they adored them. Every move, every glance, every touch was fuel for those who believed in modern romance. They weren't merely partners, they were emblems of hope, walking proof that fairy tales can be real. Or so it seemed. But sweetheart, stories like these don't always collapse in one dramatic burst. Sometimes they fracture, slowly, quietly, so subtly you hardly notice, until the entire picture comes tumbling down.
I know a lot about that, which I'm not going to go into in detail today, but they've now effectively been used as the outlet to deny the Hollywood Reporter story. It is an absolutely...
That's precisely what unfolded that day. Harry stood firm at the lectern, mic in his grasp, presenting one of his sleek, well-rehearsed addresses. He radiated assurance, charm, and ease, completely in his element. The audience was captivated, hanging on every word. And then, you'll hardly believe it, Meghan entered.
You're not in a country that you really truly feel welcomed and like this is going to be your forever. You are...
No preamble, no signal, no hint. Just Meghan gliding into the limelight with that unmistakable aura of hers. She gave Harry a gentle touch on the back. To most, it might have seemed like a small, unremarkable move. But right then, the atmosphere shifted. Harry faltered, his voice wavered, his flow shattered. And darling, everyone saw it.
These revealed as fresh details emerge after dictated claims. And then the article reads, GB News has been handed an absolute denial of the allegations as well as Meghan's message to her employees and has confirmed with several current staffers.
At first sight, it appeared insignificant, just a touch on the back. Partners do that constantly, don't they? But Meghan did it under the glare of cameras, before millions of watching eyes. In an instant, that small tap stopped looking harmless and became something altogether different.
These quotes were fabricated by someone lacking knowledge of our company. The Duke and Duchess work from Montecito and we're based in Hollywood.
By the next morning, the footage had exploded online. Digital sleuths went into overdrive, analyzing each second as though it were a regal mystery drama. Harry's misstep, his moment of hesitation, Meghan's decisiveness, it all became fodder for every speculation imaginable.
I think trying to find this independence, trying to learn independence too.
It didn't matter that the entire moment was under 2 seconds long. Online, it was treated as evidence of control, evidence of strain. Some shouted that Meghan was eclipsing him. Others murmured that Harry was finally buckling beneath her presence. That brief touch turned into the tap felt across the globe.
This quote would fly, but the circumstances don't even allow for it. If she's marching around and barking orders to Archewell employees, no Archewell employee could factually claim that. It's total nonsense.
And here's the twist. For years, this pair has meticulously built their public persona. Every grin, every photo, every carefully phrased remark designed to broadcast unity.
Yet in one unplanned instant, the veil slipped. No media gloss, no practiced glow, just unedited, unfiltered reality. And suddenly, people were asking, are the fractures beginning to show?
To make tough choices and decisions, and that's what he is trying to do right now. So that's why he met with her.
Behind the scenes, insiders murmur that the tap was far more than a simple touch. It was another skirmish in a continuing power struggle. Meghan and Harry might project unity in public, but in private, it's turning into a contest of wills.
Had filed angry 5 a.m. emails to employees, and then GB News has another source saying, who hasn't sent an email when they can't sleep or awake early?
Meghan is a strategist to her core. She never just walks into a room, she plans it. From wardrobe choices to the charities they support, every move is deliberate. Not out of vanity, but because she knows their brand is fragile. One slip and critics will pounce. For her, precision isn't luxury, it's survival. Harry, though, is the opposite. Emotional, impulsive, craving to speak from the heart without a script. For years, he let Meghan steer the ship, quietly agreeing. Lately, though, whispers say he's pushing back, wanting authenticity, real moments instead of staged ones. That's when the cracks show. Meghan reached for the mic, Harry hesitated. In that pause, the story unfolded. Her pressing, him resisting, a quiet battle of wills under the lights. To outsiders, it looked minor, a hiccup. But to keen eyes, it was power shifting in real time. Meghan the planner, Harry gasping for air. The real trouble isn't loud fights, but the heavy silence at dinner tables. Two people, inches apart, yet miles away. It starts small, a disagreement over a photo, a debate on how personal an interview should be, even who drives the car. In their world, petty stacks up. One eye roll becomes an argument, one sigh, a standoff. Soon, silence isn't peace, it's avoidance. Harry was always the playful peacemaker, the one who lightened tension and held everything together. But now, that charm feels worn out and heavy, as if he has finally put down the burden of keeping things intact. Meghan, by contrast, doubles down with discipline. For her, perfection is survival, because even the smallest slip can turn the internet against them. They're no longer just a husband and wife, but a branded couple, carrying a pressure that doesn't stop when the cameras switch off. It follows them home, woven into every contract, documentary, and speech that depends on projecting them as an inseparable team. But when the brand begins to consume the marriage, everything turns dangerous. Harry doesn't rebel with shouting, he does it quietly, skipping meetings, canceling events, drifting off script. To him, that's honesty. To Meghan, it's sabotage. He no longer wants to be the perfect prince, he just wants to feel real, while Meghan sees every slip as betrayal. The more she tries to seal the cracks, the further Harry pulls away. It's a silent dance. She pushes, he retreats. Not public fights, just a slow unraveling between a weary man and a woman who has spent her life, from Hollywood to the palace, breaking down doors never meant for her, and who still refuses to loosen her grip. Meghan carries that drive into her marriage, whether Harry can bear it or not. And that's where it turns heartbreaking. For her, hesitation is fatal. One slip and everything they've built, book deals, documentaries, speaking tours, could collapse, so she can't tolerate Harry's resistance. To him, though, her control feels suffocating. He craves love that's raw and unscripted, not a union run like a strategy deck, and the clash is pushing them to the edge. Their private tensions don't stay private either. Every glance, pause, or gesture is filmed, dissected, and spun online. A tiny pause at a gala becomes marriage in crisis. A nudge from Meghan reads as bossy. Harry laughing with someone else triggers miserable at home headlines. For ordinary couples, small spats fade. For them, every sigh is global gossip, their arguments content. Meghan's assertiveness draws praise from fans and accusations of domination from critics, while Harry's quietness is cast as weakness, as if he's trapped.
Each clip goes viral, every whisper becomes a headline. Behind it all, Harry is back in therapy, seeking calm, while Meghan tightens her control. More planning, more precision. The cycle never ends. Her eyes are fixed on the next prize: billionaire status, political power, even California's governor's office, while Harry has no taste for politics or empires.
Harry yearns for calm and a space of his own, yet the faster Meghan pushes ahead, the more he drifts away. The very drive that built her success now strains their bond. Admirers see a protector, critics see control. Once, she called them salt and pepper, but the blend no longer works. Solo invitations for him and whispers of distance for her feed headlines of a fairy tale fraying. Affection lingers, but it's buried under tension, practiced smiles and scripted gestures. Love alone isn't enough. Their sparkle has grown heavy. Every move feels cautious, like two dancers avoiding missteps under the brightest lights. Supporters call it a rough season. Critics say it proves the dream was doomed. Tiny hesitations and tired smiles are magnified until flaws look like prophecy. The marriage isn't gone yet, but it wobbles beneath its own expectations. And the question hangs, can they regain their rhythm, or is this the final act?